Hi everyone, it's Laura here from makingcardsisdone.com and welcome to another card making video tutorial. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do some clean and simple holiday die cutting featuring my favorite things, stamps and dies. So let's get started. I'm starting out with this beautiful die cuts from my favorite things. This is the Ho 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 die and it's from their October 2018 release. I'm going to die cut the top part of this die out of some robin's egg Bazzill card shop cardstock. I'm die cutting each word separately out of different cardstocks because I want to play around with colors and patterns on this card. So for the second word, I am using some pattern paper from the Candyland paper pad from my favorite things, and then finally I am using some juicy Pear Bazzill card shop cardstock. So I was actually inspired by the Candyland paper pad to go for like a really bright and playful and non-traditional color scheme. Next, I'm going to stamp 3 dogs from the Deck the Howls stamp set from my favorite things on some white cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So now it's time to stamp and color these adorable little dogs. For my first dog, I'm using the N0 marker to add some shading here and there. Then I'm using the N2 marker to add some dark gray spots. I'm just playing around a little bit with different colors, different spots and patterns for all of these dogs, just like I did in my previous video where I colored the Mama Elephant's cat tree stamp. I just played around with some colors for my cats, and now I'm playing around with a few colors and different techniques for these dogs. So for his little snout, I used N1 to add shading, and then I colored that with N0. And then for his little nose, I used the N8 marker. Next, for his little Santa cap, I'm using R29, R24, and R22. And for his little pom-pom, I'm using BG13, BG32, and BG11. And I'm using these same markers to color the Christmas lights for that little dog over there. Next, I'm using Y04 and Y000 for the second pom-pom and for the dog's color. So there you go, that's dog number 1. Now it's time to color dog number 2. So for these Christmas lights, I'm using YG17 and YG03, and I'm going to use YR24 to add some color to this little corgi dog over here. So when I'm coloring dogs or cats, I like to look up actual pictures of real dogs and cats just to inspire myself and to see which colors that I should use. So next, for this little dog, I'm using E27, E57, and E55 to add some nice shading. I always start out with my darkest color, then I move on to the mid-tone shade to blend that darkest color out. And then finally, I use the lightest color to blend everything together and to add some highlights. So as you can see, I repeated that step twice in order to get some nice and decent shading. So for the dog's ear and then for the rest of his little body, I'm using the same 3 Copic markers. Then it's time to color his adorable little outfit. For his shoes and then for the details on his top, I'm using YG17 and YG03. Then for his little Santa cap, I'm using the same 3 markers that I used before. So I'm using R29, R24, and R22. And I'm using the same markers to color his top. I just really love this month's release from my favorite things. Holiday releases are usually my favorite because I just love to make Christmas cards. But I especially really like this Deck the Howls stamp set because of the cute little dogs. And I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, even though I also really like cats. But having a dog myself, I'm really a dog person and I couldn't live without a dog. Alright, so after coloring these images, it's time to die cut them with the coordinating dies, and then I'm going to assemble everything. I cut a piece of Nina Solar White cardstock to 4 inch by 5 1/4, and I'm going to adhere a piece of fun foam on the back of this white cardstock. You could also use regular foam squares, but I like to use fun foam because it's nice and sturdy, especially when you'll be mailing out your cards. I use my ATG from Scotch to adhere that, but of course you can also use regular liquid adhesive or any other adhesive that you like to work with. Next, I'm adhering the Ho 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 dies on my piece of white cardstock. I'm adhering the 2 solid ones with Tonic Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and then I used foam squares to adhere the patterned words. So I just cut some foam squares a little bit smaller so they would fit the back of this word die, and then I also using foam squares to adhere all of the dogs, and I just really love how cute these dogs are, and I think they also just match with the playfulness of this color scheme. I'm also going to adhere that little bone over there on this dog's back. I didn't show you how I colored that, but I just used NO to add some shading to the bone, and then for the little ribbon I used Y04 and Y000. Finally, it's time to add some shimmer and shine. I used a Spectrum Noir clear overlay shimmer pen to add some glitter here and there, and I'm also using my Tonic Nuvo Crystal Glaze just to add a little bit of extra dimension and shine. Finally, I'm using Tonic Nuvo glitter drops. I'm using the White Blizzard glitter drops, and then over here I'm using the Aquatic Mist glitter drops. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for regular updates, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.